Very nice.
Now I'll start this activating scene so that everybody can start loading it.
Ah,
Alright, so I think we're ready to start the story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure.
Alright, everybody. Please arm yourselves with pens and shield yourself with graph paper as we gather around the campfire of our collective imaginations. Incredible as they may seem, registered superheroes come from all walks of life. Within the USA, all of them go through the Hero Certification Program, known as the HCP, while pre-registration for the Diversity and Global Safety Conference taking place at the Atlantic HCP graduation, there are still tickets available online or at the port terminal. Brought to you by corporate sponsors, in affiliation with the Division of Variant Human Affairs, the DVA, over a dozen heroes will be aboard the SS Fitzroy Crozier. Over 350 meters long, the ample space and multi-story deck will be busy with events as soon as they heave into the ocean. Prepare questions for your favorite heroes, as well as newcomers, and sharpen your pens for technical geniuses showing off their novel innovations and guaranteeing world safety, which is where we bring you all right now. So, in actuality, Axel Stone was not a part of the combat. He was maybe daydreaming. I think that'd be a nice cinematic thing. We go to we focus in on Axel Stone, motorcycle helmet under his arm, watching these people fight the training robot. And this is all being announced by Coiffeur. This is a technologically based superhero. He has a big pompadour haircut. He's surrounded in what appears to be wire-filled bandages as his armor, and he's basically narrating for this entire combat.
Hey, nice job out there with the training robot hard-coded.
Yeah, it's what I do.
It was quite impressive. So, did you delete its cookies or something, or?
Just a shutdown. You know, flip off the on and on switch. I like your
Well,
wings. They're pretty.
Why, thank you. And he lets his wings shimmer.
Why don't we go around alphabetically and just have people describe the characters, starting with Angel Light.
Angel Light is, I want to say, he looks very much like a typical 70s, 80s Hanna-Barbera superhero, like Justice League superhero. He's got the tight spandex, the boots, the belt, the gaudy color palette, and he has he's pretty good looking and charismatic. He's got chiseled jaw and light-based powers. Let's see, what else? Do you want me to discuss anything else about power-wise, or
I think that's enough, just people get
personality?
a quick demonstration of what your character looks like and the theme behind their power, and then we can go on to Axel Stone.
And light and energy.
Thank you. Axel Stone, please describe your character.
Alright. He's not here for reasons, but he looks like a typical biker. He doesn't take his helmet off very much. He doesn't look like a superhero, and that's because he's not. He's a person with a power, but he's not an official registered superhero. Oh, there he is. Hey, man. He's tall, fairly muscular, but not like... In this world, there are people who put his muscles to shame and make him look like nothing. So, he's just a typical biker guy.
Very good. Next up is Chris.
So, for my character, think somewhere in between the crystal guy, the crystal alien from X-Men in appearance. Not from X-Men, from Ben 10, mixed with Emma Frost from X-Men. They're not quite as blocky as the Ben 10 alien. I'm also I can't turn back and forth the way Emma Frost does. I'm just a big dude. I don't really want to be here. I was forced into this by my father, who's a superhero.
Oh,
Most of the time, if a person's superpower is obvious and physical, they would be considered a powered. But because his powers are so useful, Chris was allowed to join the HCP as a superhero.
Yeah.
Next up is Hard Coded.
That would be me. So hard-coded, he is a technomancer. He is always incredibly skilled and understanding and knowledgeable when it came to computers and technology. Didn't realize it was a power at first. until his mom walked in on him doing something in private, and he said, "Oh no, stop!" And all the tech just stopped.
Would you like to describe your drone friend?
Yeah, and so I have my techno drone that I keep with me all the time. I'm always fiddling with her. Her name is Daisy. I had a great acronym for Daisy that I'm currently forgetting.
I
Give me
put it in
30.
her. If you double click on her, it's in her character sheet.
All right. I actually have it right here. It was Defense and Infiltration Support Interceptor, Daisy with an I.
Next up is Johnny Quick.
All right. So I guess I did not plan for this as well, but Johnny Be Quick, not to be confused with the Flash, but just as fast. Yeah, I did not prepare for this. So yeah, is this all just stuff we just make up?
You can totally
Yeah.
make up 100% of this, and like I made your character because I wasn't. We don't have your phone number, so I couldn't get a lot of feedback from you. But I made your character kind of flashy. He's more Quicksilver speed than the Flash speed, but he can still run up walls and like over water and stuff.
Sweet. All right. I just make up like where I got my powers and stuff.
You don't need to tell people where you got your powers. I think you said enough. Like your character's like really fast. You got this particular outfit kind of attitude. If you're happy with yourself, I think this is you and Crystal. This is your first D&D style game ever.
Yeah.
So, mad respect for coming in for this experience. And yeah, I'm satisfied with what you said. It's Pyra's turn next.
Awesome.
I would clap for you too if it wouldn't be audible, nightmare audio through my microphone. But welcome to the hobby.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Yeah, it's definitely very interesting. A lot going on. But yeah, I'll pass over to Pirate.
Alright, I'm the passenger on the struggle bus of learning how to do all this. But Pyre, on the other hand, is a very strong character. For some reason, like a strong German woman comes to mind, so we're gonna go with that. Yeah, it looks like she's a jack of all trades and pretty strong, so that's.
I want you to emphasize her fire wizardness a little bit more.
Alright, so she's a fire wizard, so she has magic power, but she also has fire. And that's just from a passion of fire from a young age, out of nowhere, and it turned out to manifest itself into a power. So, go with that.
Here's where I want to mention that in Savage Worlds, superpowers, magic, psionic powers, weird science, those are all considered arcane backgrounds. Most wizards, witches, and magicians in this game are not supers as well. A wizard, like, might know 3 spells, and that's like a proficient wizard. Like, if you went to New York, most of the wizards there know 3 spells. Pyra is a super wizard. She knows 5 spells and is really good with them.
Damn.
Next up is the Red Knight.
The Red Knight is wearing a red and black armor with a white cloak. He looks like he walked off the set of The Mandalorian. He's every time you're around him, there's always this kind of intensity about him. There's a gaze about him when you can see that sort of suggests that he's seeing beyond the moment, and he has a physical build to match or exceed Captain America's.
He does have a white cloak. He also has a jetpack, a rocket pack. Is that over or under the cloak?
That is under the cloak.
How does that work?
Superbly.
Super science.
He's got just a ton
It's
of
an
clothes. He
asbestos
replaces
cloak.
them after every flight.
No. It's asbestos.
It's not.
Okay.
It is an anti-gravity device.
I'm open to that.
And he will, in character, after the announcement, look over to Angel Light and say, "I didn't become who I am for a dog and pony show," in a very direct, kind of gruff voice.
Images are important. It's
is
important to maintain them so the people know they're safe and know that they can trust us.
It is Sunday, June 24th, 2012. Just for clarity on where the timeline is.
I invest in Bitcoin.
And 2 additional superheroes are here. One of them is Hydroscale. Hydroscale is a woman who typically is just like a tan Italian girl, and she has the power to shapeshift into basically a Blastoise.
A what?
Like a large water spewing turtle dragon.
Oh my. Okay.
And there's
What's her name?
Hydroscale. That's the one on the right of you guys. And Sir Fid, he has density manipulation as his power. What you see is what you get. She is currently in her kind of like water dragon form, while he is garbed in entirely white outfit as though he was a ghost. And you have all, as a unit, defeated the training robot to the north of you, showing off to these bespectacled townsfolk who paid big money, including Axel Stone, to be a part of this. And then it opens up to questions. Koffer says that he will insist it happens one at a time, and I made a rollable table, and so this is going to be for Angelite first. How do you reach consensus for everyone involved in the mission?
Well, it's important to have a strong leader, but it's also important to listen to your teammates. Everyone here is here because they're some of the best and most impressive new graduates from HCP. Everyone here has something to offer, and the most important trait of a leader is listening.
Axel Stone, do you have a question for this assemblage of superheroes in front of you?
Not off the top of my head.
So if something comes up, your character can raise his hand and stand, but until then, for Chris, one of the guests stands up and asks, how do you stay focused in high-risk situations that have many distractions? How do you keep other heroes focused as well?
I mostly just take hits where needed. I don't really worry about the small stuff. Very few things damage me, so why do I need to pay attention to detail?
You get a golf club out of that, and then for hard-coded.
Yes.
Do you prefer to work on several dynamic projects at the same time, or one task at a time to completion?
Oh god, that's a hard question. Sometimes both, I guess.
If the answer stops there, there's kind of like a murmuration amongst the crowd, like that's not enough.
Well, I mean, sometimes I find a project that I really like and I just get stuck on it, but then sometimes I have several projects going on at once. It's a hard question to answer.
There is a understanding around that. For Johnny Quick, what tool has added the most effectiveness to your work?
A tool. Well, I don't know. My shoes.
That's a legit answer for a speedster.
Yeah.
Like it's short, it's quippy, it's smart. The people give you applause for that. And then for Pyra, what's the extent of your marketing knowledge? At what point do you leave it to your agent? Now, this is a fun question for somebody who doesn't know what's going on. In the superpowered world, licensed superheroes don't usually handle most of their marketing. They'll hire an agent, and they'll be in charge of like hiring people to create the action figures or the doll so people can get you money directly. The HCP, it's a government job. It doesn't pay very well. So to get like the big bucks, you get an agent to help organize that for you.
Alright.
What's the extent of your marketing knowledge? At what point do you leave it to your agent?
I like to be involved in the projects. Like you said, the doll that, got me quite a bit of money. I do like to have input on that. But other than that, I don't have too much marketing knowledge. I leave that mostly up to the agent.
people understand the role of a hero is to protect people, and so your willingness to confer to an expert on that shows wisdom. Finally, for the Red Knight, can you tell me a situation where you pushed yourself and others to achieve an important goal?
Recently, well, if this is still part of his backstory, I had to stop a. Oh, wait a minute. That hasn't occurred yet. It hasn't occurred yet. Then he will give the answer. I haven't had that moment yet, but it's coming.
Ominous. And Surfeit kind of cuts you off when you say it's coming. Kulfur comes in and he says, "That's enough questions. Hey, why don't we get some refreshments? And if people can meet me on the upper deck, I think it's about time for the technologically apt ones of the Superhero Academy to show off their newest inventions." So the way this exploration works is you can see at the bottom, at the top of these stairs, there's like little stair icons. If your token is selected and you click on there, you'll be teleported to the next scene. So I want you guys to navigate to the upper deck and then go north to the ballroom, is what he tells you all to go. Go to the ballroom for the announcements.
So go to the stairs. Oh,
Ooh.
And then click on the stair. The little icon.
Are each of the stairs to a different location or no?
Each of the stairs is to, like, one's on the left side of the same location, one's on the right side of the same location. So it doesn't matter which one you pick. They go to the same scene.
Okay, but all right. I didn't know if one was up and the other was down or something.
I clicked the stairs. Nothing happened.
When you have your...
Left
you
click?
left-click your token and then left-click the stairs.
Oh, okay.
Am I going the right way?
That works.
Oh, there's another set of stairs. Okay. I'm on the sun deck.
So you should be going to the main deck, and then you'll need to go south, where there's stairs going downward, and that's going to bring you to the upper deck.
Left click the token.
I clicked something and now my screen is black.
You might just be zoomed in.
Nope. I'm on the upper deck, I guess? Oh, it's loading. Sorry.
Yeah, nobody's on the upper deck yet.
I am, apparently.
You're on the main deck.
Alright, I don't know. I don't own a token anywhere, and some music started.
Once you... I mean, it should be the same music, but once you teleport to the main deck, your token should be brought with you.
Eli, my token's gone.
I'm now at the upper deck, and it says I have no token vision.
For whatever reason, it's not working for me.
See, this is like... It was a bit of an experiment, so I'm going to make this happen.
Wait, so we're supposed to be on the sun deck?
You start on the sun deck, and you're trying to get to the upper deck, which would be down onto the main deck, and then down again to the upper deck.
Oh my, okay.
I'm just going to activate the main deck for everybody.
Alright.
Yeah, I found the main deck, I just got lost.
We're professionals.
These are our superheroes.
Where are all the heroes?
I just pinged Chris.
Is it like a carnival cruise? Those could be pretty easy to get lost.
It's a big cruise ship.
Wait, I thought we were supposed to go to the dining hall.
The upper deck, and then north.
What the heck?
You're on the right floor.
Just go up.
You would go north, not up, north.
Hey, Eli.
Where is there a compass?
You can assume that the top of the screen is north.
Okay, so up. Oh, do I need to go somewhere else other than where I am right now?
Okay.
Let me see where you are. Yeah, if you go north, where that shining light is coming through, you can open the door, and yeah, that's in that ballroom is where you're gonna be.
Okay. The party room.
Exactly.
Alright, now I see an outline of thing, but I don't see my token.
I see hard-coded on the stairs. I see Johnny Be Quick in, like, the black area.
Either stair should do, Crystal.
Yeah.
Use your WASD.
I can't see my token at all.
Strange. All right, let me try this again.
At least I see the ship now.
I had to refresh to find my
Do I have permissions for the token you added for me?
You do. All right, I pulled the Red Knight to the scene, and you're right here.
There's a...
The screen looks black.
Can you read it, Johnny? Yeah.
DJ.
Oh, it has this black coating.
Yeah, it's become dark for me for some reason.
Their tokens don't have vision. That's what I found. I don't know if you enabled vision on the tokens and not the prototype token.
That must be it. Weird.
I am back.
Welcome back.
There we go.
A good call there. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome.
I went and got myself a mouse so I can right click and drag better.
Yeah, this is definitely a mouse game.
Do I get the WASD to work again?
You have to select your token first.
It did, and now it's not working.
Did you try clicking and dragging? You can do that too.
You could try praying.
Honestly, it feels like it right now.
Wishing upon a star?
So, are you guys all friends of Eli's as well?
Yes.
Have I met some of you guys? Were you guys at Eli's bachelor party?
Yes.
Ah, then I have met you.
Who are you again?
Matt. I had glasses. Yeah.
Right. Hey, nice to chat again.
Yeah. I thought some of your voices sounded familiar.
I got one of those voices.
Friend of Eli's. Unfortunately, I didn't have the pleasure of making the wedding.
I didn't go to the wedding either. I wasn't invited.
It was a very limited affair, largely because of COVID.
Actually, I was invited. I was invited the day before the wedding.
I married Eli twice.
He did. So that makes Dan my husband.
Oh, damn, you're the flying spaghetti monster, dude?
Yes.
Legendary. Alright, are we all here? Are we all ready?
Has everybody gotten into the grand ballroom?
I still don't have sight.
Crystal?
Axel has put his helmet on and it's too dark.
I was going to the grand ballroom.
Don, nice to technologically meet you. I work with Crystal.
I did update tokens, so for those of you who are still dark, I'm going to ask you to just refresh your browser, log back in, and hopefully that will fix it.
If you change the prototype token, you'll have to drag a new one out for them.
I will have to drag everybody out again?
Yeah.
I'll just do that.
I'm in the dining hall currently. Where's the grand?
I'm going to delete everybody, and then I'm just going to put you back
Dining hall is up. Go up.
I've been deleted.
This is a fun experiment, but I'm just going to drag people in.
Yeah.
I don't. Token still doesn't have vision. Let me see what I can do here. Prototype. Vision.
I don't think anybody has
Vision enabled. Now vision's
I
enabled.
put it on the prototype tokens.
Yeah, it's working now. I can see now.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay.
All I see is like colors in white.
There's two hard codeds down here.
I see
Yeah.
There we go.
There's 2 extra axles.
Okay.
Now there's 3 of us. It really is my superpower.
Wow, who knew?
Oh, I see myself.
This room is a lot brighter in my secondary screen than my main screen, so I see like maybe you guys are having trouble seeing yourselves, huh?
It is very
Oh,
bright,
yeah.
yes. Oh, that's way better.
Oh my gosh, I can see.
There we go.
I went a little overboard on that effect, I guess.
So I was about to say, you didn't tell me the Dazzler was making a guest appearance in this universe.
Alright, so you have all made your way to the grand ballroom one way or another. And then Quiffer pulls out a device. It looks like it's a combination belt and then like a two-handed gun, but it's more like a Game Gear, like if you were holding a phone in landscape mode, and then like a barrel extends from the tip of it. And he says, "I am most pleased to show you all the power nullification device. Are there any powards here among us?"
Yes, technically, yeah.
So you guys are supers, except for Axel Stone, who is a powered, and they differentiate. Humans are humans. Powered are people who might have a superpower but can't control it completely, and supers are people who can control their power completely.
Didn't you say I technically am a powered though?
You would normally be considered a powered, except your power is too useful. If it was like you become a crystal, but you're like brittle like glass, that would definitely be a powered.
Gotcha. Okay.
Quick
Axel
question.
would raise his hand.
Yeah, Red Knight will raise his hand too, but he wants to know, just based off what he just said, what does he know about this device? Since his intellect is well above normal.
Oh, so you want to know what your character knows about this device?
Correct.
Nothing. This is totally new super science, like never before seen, kept incredibly top secret, revealed for the first time here to the world.
Would I be able to get any insight on it at all? Or
You can
Not.
roll a smarts roll. So if you double click your sheet and click the dice for your smarts, we can do that to see what your character might know for how something might work. But it's just theory from your point of view.
all right. Well, you know what? Let's wait. Let's see this presentation.
Nah, let's not wait and know what do I need to roll?
It would be a smarts roll on your character sheet. And while you're rolling, Quiffer puts his hand out to Axel Stone and says, "Please join your comrades amongst the stage."
Yeah, you got it. He is not worried or concerned at all, but I am a little scared.
So a smarts roll of 15 is not just a success, it is a raise. So the Red Knight is aware of theories about power nullification. Typically there are some supers where their power is to nullify powers, some people absorb powers, but for a device to do this, for it to be a universal power nullifier, seems really curious. Maybe he knows something about the anatomy of supers and powards that is universal, that is not common knowledge to most scientists. So the only way for this to work on all supers is like true super science. For it to work on like one super, like you could find somebody with a specific power and kind of like reverse it, nullify it, reverse engineer it. But the fact that he is claiming to have made a universal nullification device is truly spectacular.
But considering that the laws of physics, the laws of magic, and what have you normally operate, at least from his thinking, on different perspectives, he would have to have tapped into knowledge of a universal field theorem that covers both magic and science.
Do you say this out loud?
Yeah, he's going to, because he's a little concerned here.
Quiffer will say, "Ho ho," come over and slap you on the shoulder and said, "A well-read man indeed. Have you perhaps tipped into my papers already?" He chuckles and then goes back to the stage.
Mhm. He says, "I do my homework."
So here's... Oh, so go ahead.
He says, he looks at everyone else in that Tony Stark moment. What? No one does advanced scientific field. Never mind. And just lets it go.
And so one thing I built into this is a little bit of randomness for what the other 5 powers are. So let's see what their powers are. We start with Timmy, who has plant empathy. He can feel what plants feel. The issue is that plants have no feelings and no sentience, so it's not of general use, except he really cannot eat salad.
Oh, well, yeah.
Tammy has the power to predict losing bets, but not winning ones. Tammy can only say, for sure, you should not do this. But she can never say, this is a good idea. Hannah has super speed, but none of the secondary powers associated with it. So when she introduces her power to everybody in front of you, she speeds through it. Nobody understands what she's saying except for Johnny Quick. She can't slow down. Imagine being in a world with a 400 times frame rate reference point for your entire life. Miserable.
And what clothes is she not wearing? Or
it's the light maybe is making her look like she's not wearing anything, but she's got everybody here has jumpsuits on.
Okay.
Hans has the power to know he blew an opportunity, so he's got perfect hindsight.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Hindsight.
Guy has the power to make food and drink disappear. Not like he eats it. It was really useful when he's a kid and he didn't want to eat broccoli, but now it's not useful at all. He only feels ostracized when people realize what his power is, and then he's a freak because he can't control it. He's trying to eat food now as an adult, trying to gain weight, but his power just activates and just disappears.
You could terrorize a Walmart with a power like that.
And so, with the cameras rolling, Kuffer is going to point the device at Timmy, Tammy, Hannah, Hans, and Guy, and he doesn't get to Axel Stone, but he does ask Axel Stone what his power is.
I can get really, really strong. Well, kind of strong.
Well, what's the downside to your power?
Well, I don't always choose when it happens.
Yes, I can see that'd be really inconvenient when you're trying to make a good impression. From everybody's point of view, it seems like the device first shoots a green laser at the target, and then you can see a radiation of energy being pulled from them down the silhouette of the barrel, and then one by one he gets the 5 of them, and then everybody feels a sudden shake as the ship stops completely in motion, and you can hear sirens going off on the ship. Kuffer says, "We must be under attack." Axel, you say you're pretty strong. I'm sure this is a rare opportunity for you. Perhaps you'd like to join these superheroes in investigating what has stopped our vessel?
Really? I can do that?
I'm going to deputize you right now.
Hell yeah!
Welcome aboard.
He salutes.
It sounds like it came from the engine room.
I will look at the person who gave the demonstration right quick and ask, so those powers are still in that gun, right? What do you intend to do with them?
You have made a great leap of logic despite not making the roll, so I need to roll something for him. This guy's a good liar, but you know for certain, for fact, that the powers are in there, and he tells you, I don't know what you're talking about. All I've done is cure these people of ailments that have complicated their lives for possibly decades.
Right. We'll circle back to that. Just to tip his hand like, I know you're full of it.
This is a good thing. These poor powers have they've been afflicted by these ailments, and he's merely helping them.
Or helping himself in the process.
Oh, what good would it be for him to have some of these powers? Think about it. Do you think he really wants perfect hindsight, the ability to make food and drink disappear?
That's a narrow scope. It's not to say that he couldn't perfect those powers.
Well, thank you, Angelite. I'm going to monitor these patients for the time being to make sure that there are no complications. You're right to be skeptical. This is an experimental device, so who knows what could occur following this. They'll need to be monitored perhaps decades down the line as human testing continues.
Human testing. he says under his breath, human testing, and the way he says it just leaves a really bad taste in his mouth, which anyone close to him just kind of gets at intensely.
Well, I'm more concerned right now with the attack or whatever is going on. I'm thinking of using some of my abilities to check the surveillance systems on the cruise ship.
That's going to be interface.
Interface? Sure. All right, and that's going to be electronics, yeah.
Yes.
Johnny B, you could also help him by running reconnaissance if you're as fast as I think you are.
All right.
Hard-coded, like I said, anything 4 or higher is a success, and you have a raise as well. So you can get a direct look into the engine room where you can't see what's going on, but you hear screaming from down there.
All right. So we have screaming in the engine room. Is there anything else that I can see or catch?
Nothing else seems to be hanging out except your general awareness is that you catch on to the televisions. There is news of Capital City, several miles on land away from you, where you guys are on the ocean, where there's been a sudden rash of powered and supervillain attacks. They seem to be just flipping over the town in general.
I'm gonna broadcast this for Daisy. I'm guessing Daisy has some kind of projector.
Why not?
Yeah. There you go. There's the news. Looks like we have a lot on our hands, more than just the ship.
Good job, hard-coded.
So to save
Shall we?
time, I'm going to just put people in the engine room.
All right.